Hi guys, this is Unders. Today I'm just going to do a really quick tutorial on how I make the sublines that sit under my basses on my drum and bass tracks. We are going to use Massive for this, but it can be applied to any synthesizer that can generate a sine wave, and that's pretty much any. The only other thing you need is access to ADSR controls, and for this particular sound, some sort of feedback or distortion within the synth. If these sorts of videos are helpful for you guys, please pop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out massively in creating more content for you guys. So here we've got a really big deep sub bass. Lovely, and we're just going to reset that. I'm just going to show you how I go about making that. So Massive, we've now got a default sound of a horrible low end saw wave. So the first thing we need to do is choose a waveform with a sine wave. So if we click up on the top oscillator here, we've got a couple that say sin square and sin triangle. We just grab that first one, that's sin square, and we're going to pull the wavetable all the way to the left. That puts it purely on the sine wave. That is us 90% of the way there. Now, a couple of key things that I do. This isn't for everyone. Some people really like the clicky kind of sub when it goes in and out. I tend to steer away from that. So I'm going to put the attack right around here and give it a bit of release as well, so it sort of sweeps in a bit more. Fab. If we go into voices, we want to go monorate, we want to go legato thriller. And we got unison 1, max voices at 2 there to swap them over nicely. Now what I also like to do is go feedback. Push the feedback up a little bit, and that's why we've got this on the side here. So we're going to hit a note and I'm going to push the feedback in. You're going to see the extra harmonics it generates. Yeah, you can hear them coming in there. If we dial that back a bit there, comes a much thicker sound there. Put precision right up. There we go, you can see the harmonics really being generated there. So let's drop it out and reset. We've got just a single sine wave, and as we push the feedback in, yeah, see those peaks coming in there, and they are what thicken up the sound. We like to have that about there. I'll then generally use envelope 3. I'll push that up a little bit further than I would have before, and then use envelope 3 to bring it back down. We're going to want to put the level right up there. Give it a bit of an attack. So it hits a little bit harder and then pulls back just ever so slightly. And I actually tend to put a little bit of vibrato on, which by default is set up to the macro control number 1 here on Massive. And that's it. That is the super deep sub bass that I use on my drum and bass tracks. Nice and easy to make. Hope the video was helpful for you guys. I shall see you on the next one.